Right now at 6, we are tracking some early morning rain, at least close to the coast, and I'll show you what time most of us will see our best rain chances today in your first alert forecasts.
Plus, after weeks of construction on the Caloosahatchee Bridge, it's not over yet. We'll tell you why FDOT is closing the bridge again and where.
Plus, paying for parking in downtown Fort Myers may soon be a thing of the past. We'll explain what changes could be coming right now on NBC2 News Today at 6.
Live, the news you count on. NBC2 News Today.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. 6 o'clock. Thanks for waking up with NBC2 News Today. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Lisa Spooner. We've got NBC2 First Alert meteorologist Jason Denning staying busy this morning, tracking the tropics, but also tracking lots of rain on our First Alert live Doppler radar.
Yeah, and let's start with the rain. Good news is most of the rain that you see there, and there is a lot of it, but it's sitting over the Gulf waters right now. We do have some areas of light rain along coastal sections of Collier County from Naples and up into the Lee County Islands right now. Fort Myers Beach, looking at some light areas of rain, but for the Cape and North Fort Myers, most of Lee County near Highway 41 and I-75, starting off dry. You can see some of that light rain. It's kind of working parallel to the coast. A lot of it is weakening, and I think we'll continue to see that weakening trend over the next couple of hours. There's some of that rain for Fort Myers Beach and out closer to Lighthouse Beach near Sanibel. And then from Barefoot Beach, southern sections of Lee County all the way down 41 out toward Airport Pooling Road around the Four Seasons, Pelican Bay. We just have some fairly light and steady rain. Really not moving very quickly here from Naples to Port Royal and just to the west of Lely. The bigger storm clusters right now off in the Gulf of Mexico, so this right there we're not going to have to deal with, where we have about 25 lightning strikes. That's all kind of building up to the north, and I think closer to about 9 o'clock most of that rain that we see along the coast will fade away. And then we move on to our next round of showers and thunderstorms, but not until the afternoon. So I think around lunchtime today, we'll see our rain chances drop closer to 30%. Can't rule out a few isolated pockets of showers, and temperatures will warm up into the lower 90s before those showers and thunderstorms move in and cool us off, mainly after about 2 o'clock and on into the evening. Really, one main area that we're tracking in the tropics, medium chance to develop as it moves over toward the Yucatan Peninsula. I'll update you on the latest from the National Hurricane Center ahead at 6:15.
All right, sounds good, Jason. Thank you. The Caloosahatchee Bridge just reopened after it was closed for several weeks. FDOT says they're working to make the bridge safer for everyone, also smoother for every driver in the future. However, there's a new traffic pattern that's starting today. NBC2's Mercedes Martinez is local from North Shore Park on the Cape Coral side of the bridge. Mercedes, now we're hearing that we have to get through some daytime closures. Is that right?
That is right, Alan. So if you take the Caloosahatchee Bridge from North Fort Myers into Fort Myers, you are going to have to do so right now because the southbound loop ramp will be closed starting at 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. These daytime closures are necessary for FDOT crews to continue Phase 2 of the Caloosahatchee Bridge project. Crews will be delivering concrete and doing other work. The purpose of this project is to create an 8-foot sidewalk to make the bridge pedestrian-friendly and safe. FDOT says they remain ahead of schedule. If you do use the bridge and the loop from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., then you will have to find a different way around. You can always take the Edison Bridge if need be. Now, these closures, these daytime closures, are expected to last up until the end of the month, but then the loop will be fully closed for another 4 weeks for construction work. You can count on NBC2 to keep you updated on the progress of this project. Local in North Fort Myers, Mercedes Martinez, NBC2.
And just last week, NBC2 told you about a woman recently arrested for a deadly hit-and-run crash on the Caloosahatchee Bridge. Ninoska Nieves was arrested last Thursday, facing charges from the deadly crash that happened nearly a year ago on September 25th, 2023. In the days after the crash, Fort Myers police recovered a damaged bicycle on the bridge and then the body of 20-year-old Hunter McDade in the river. Nieves' attorney, though, says there is no evidence that Nieves was behind the wheel at the time of the incident.
Crime Stoppers is still working to track down the driver of another hit-and-run crash on another Lee County bridge. It happened on the Cape Coral Bridge on August 17th. Investigators say a vehicle hit someone riding an e-bike then just took off. This morning, if you have any information or you think you recognize that vehicle, give Crime Stoppers a call.
Lee County deputies confirmed this morning this 21-year-old runner who went missing is dead. NBC2 was on the Caloosahatchee with the Lee County Sheriff's Office when deputies found the missing North Fort Myers woman. Her body was discovered among the mangroves on the northern banks of the Caloosahatchee after a multi-day search.
I hope that the family can get some closure knowing that she's in a better place now.
As of this morning, the Lee County Sheriff's Office tells us they do not suspect foul play in Arielle Valdez's death. We'll explain why coming up in a live report from NBC2's Lacey Lee. She'll join us at 6:30. Meantime, deputies in Collier County are still looking for this man, 64-year-old Eduardo Ramirez. He went missing Thursday afternoon. The Collier County Sheriff's Office says Ramirez was last seen near Collier Boulevard and Magnolia Pond Circle. Now, deputies found his car in a rural area along Beck Boulevard. If you know anything about his disappearance, reach out to CCSO.
Well, right now, investigators need your help finding the person responsible for robbing an employee at a Papa John's at gunpoint. Happened in Fort Myers. I want you to take a look at this. Do you recognize that person there? Detectives say this masked man with a black hoodie pistol whipped a cashier and stole some cash. Happened around 9 Sunday night at the Papa John's on US 41 east of Fowler Street. While that same cashier was back at work just 24 hours later after the incident happened. Now to get into the pizza shop, you'll need to be buzzed in. The manager says he's glad everyone is okay, but if you think you know who that person is or have any information this morning, you are urged to give Fort Myers police a call.
Breaking down the walls of a home under construction to put out a fire. Home off Brook Hill Drive in Fort Myers, just off Veronica Shoemaker Boulevard, was in the middle of a renovation project when a fire sparked Monday. The Fort Myers Fire Department tells us they had to make a bigger hole in the wall and break through stucco to find the flames. Caleb Itzide says he was doing plumbing work on his girlfriend's house and didn't realize part of the home was wood.
We're just doing a minor repair, replacing a hose bib that was leaking, and so it required some soldering. And as I was torching in the wall, I assumed it was a block wall, but this happened to be an addition that's in wood framing. So the wood framing caught on fire as I was soldering.
Thankfully, no one was hurt, and no one has to move out because the home is already under construction.
Well, this morning, a former Lee County deputy is expected inside the courtroom. Investigators say Brian Haycock turned himself in on a felony charge for allegedly sending inappropriate pictures of himself to a 17-year-old. We know Haycock resigned after being questioned on May 20th. His arraignment this morning is at 8:30. Count on NBC2 to let you know what happens. New today, Lee County commissioners are ready to start phase 3 of a project to clear up the water at Lakes Park. But first, they have to pick a contractor. It's all part of a $500,000 plan approved in 2021 to add alum to the lake so all the pollutants would sink to the bottom, clearing up the water for us and also the critters living there.
Making street parking cheaper and cheaper, or better yet, free. We'll explain when that could be in the cards for downtown Fort Myers.
Plus, the noise from a spacecraft, never a good sign. We'll tell you when the Starliner is expected to come back here to Earth.
And in your first alert forecast, the sounds of thunder for some of us this morning. We've got quite the lightning show off the coast of Collier County and some rain scraping along the beaches. Another round of rain on the way today. I'll show you how much to expect by the end of your Tuesday. Tracking the rain chances hour by hour ahead at 6:15.